individual tax identification number. And many people was asking, and they're not quite sure what that is. So let's just say if you have social security number, you don't need individual tax identification number. Individual tax identification number is a special set of number that IRS issues to individual people like you, me, or others. If we don't have social security number, they issue to you because you need it for different things. So today we just gonna examine individual tax identification number inside out. We want to talk about it and tell you what it's all about so you understand what that is. May not apply to you at all because you have social security number, but may apply to people you know that they haven't really applied that yet. So let me go ahead, start running our program for today. What is a ITIN and the use cases for it? So, okay, you may be wondering, well, I don't know anything about ITIN. Just give me a simple description. The simple description about ITIN is anyone who has money matters with the U.S. but do not have social security number. You need ITIN number. Anybody, even though you are not in U.S. but you are doing tradings, say in China, you're online trading U.S. stocks and everything in U.S. and then something happened, you're getting a 1099 dividend suddenly, and in your mailbox in China, you got withheld some money on there. Too bad, you need to apply. You need to apply ITIN and you need to file 1040 NR. So those are the things. ITIN is very useful as long as it touches money, as long as you don't have your social security number with the United States of America government and you need ITIN. IRS is the issuer of ITIN. IRS is to help people comply with U.S. tax laws, right? Provide people who are not eligible for a social security number and to get a identification number so they can track your income, your losses, and things like that. IRS issue this ITIN number regardless of your immigration status. It doesn't really matter. And the U.S. residence for tax purposes does not equal to U.S. residents with a green card. And I'm not an immigration lawyer, so I won't tell you what the green card does for you, but I can tell you what the U.S. residence does for you as long as you stayed here for more than 183 days here on U.S. soil and you do monetary related activities, then you need an ITIN number. ITIN number serves no purpose other than filing taxes, be in compliance with IRS. So what ITIN number does not do. So I made a list of 11 items for what ITIN does for you, but I also listed 3 for what doesn't do for you. So I want to emphasize what it does not do. It does not authorize you to work in U.S. You have an ITIN number, you cannot go to the employer goes that I can work here in U.S. Here's my ITIN number and you can put me on your payroll. No, it does not work that way. And all of the ITIN number are starting with the number 9. So if you see anybody holding out a social security number to you, but it starts with a 9, that just means it's not a social security number. It is an ITIN number. As an employer, you need to know that because you may be hiring this person for the whole year, treating that number as a social security number. Then at the end, when you submit W-2, you will get an IRS letter, and the Social Security Administration would also send you a letter tell you that this is an incorrect social security number and you need to correct it. So just make sure that ITIN number cannot be hired as an employee. And it does, because of cannot be hired by the employee, so it doesn't receive Social Security benefits. So you cannot withhold Social Security, Medicare like the other employee you are doing, right? You just cannot do that. Because in ITIN number, you don't earn, right? You don't really work to earn income. But ITIN number, you can receive interest income, you can receive dividend income, you can receive rental income because they're passive. They're not your work. So as long as you're not working like Ying does, and you're passively making it, that's how ITIN number would come in to save the grace. So how to get a ITIN number? Like, how do you apply for ITIN number? If this is your very first time, have never done it before, and you apply for ITIN number, you need to complete the form W-7. And you want to complete the form and attach to your tax return, so that way the ITIN will be assigned, the tax return will be processed. But of course, it's not just W-7. You need these documentations. The one documentation which we ask our client to use, it is the valid, not expired passport. That's really the best one. If you do the other ones, then I give you a list of them, and you have to have 2 of the following list, right? So, but if your passport is expired, then of course you're gonna go for alternative. But this is the document that you needed to really apply for ITIN. If you do the ITIN application on your own, yes, you have to send the original passport, or you need to go back to your original country, have the embassy, have your, I don't know, the passport place, what do you call that, to issue you a certified certificate of your passport. So you don't have to send passport, but it has to be whoever issued your passport give you a certification of the passport. It's equally hard, folks. I hear a lot of horror stories of those countries. They just couldn't get it. They don't even understand what U.S. government is asking. They were looking at their people, goes, well, what crazy requirement? You already have your passport. Why are you here? So normally it's the original passport you need to submit if you do that yourself. If you have ITIN, you should use it every year, okay? How to renew, you also complete W-7 and get the required document. So those are also things that you need to have. Submit application and mail to IRS, just like I said. If you are doing it on your own, you mail original. But if you are not doing it on your own, you go through what we call the certified agency, authorized agency to do, then you don't have to submit the original. Renewal process, typically 7 to 11 weeks. Expiration of ITIN. So, if you file a tax return with a expired ITIN, the IRS is not going to process your refund, not going to process your return, and it will send you a letter saying that your ITIN is not working. So you still have to redo that. So just to make sure you keep your ITIN number always active, right? On the supporting document side, this is where I come back to explain to you that you must submit document to establish your identity, right, of the foreign country you are coming from. Foreign country, you want them to know that you are that one. You must submit original or certified copies of these documents from the issuing agency from your own country. So you know that if you don't want to submit your original passport, you need to go back to your own country where that area agency, local government issues passport. You tell them that I need a certified copy of these documents, and they may tell you they don't even know what you're talking about, or they may know what you're talking about, so you need to get that. It is very strict, and it has to be issued by the issuing agency. It's not like you can do a public notary to get over with. No, you cannot. The document you provide must be current, cannot expire. It doesn't matter what document you provide. So now, this is the concept I want you to know. It is the acceptance agent. So basically, acceptance agent is a person or entity, like maybe a yin, or maybe community CPA, right? The yin is individual, community CPA is the entity. Community CPA is actually acceptance agent. So we are authorized by IRS by going through procedures, right? IRS has procedures, and we have to agree to certain things, training by certain things. Then IRS say, okay, you're authorized to assist individuals and other foreign person who do not qualify for Social Security number, but still need taxpayer identification number to process Form 1040 or other schedules, you see? So, this is what the function of the acceptance agency. The acceptance agency facilitates the application process by reviewing the document and submit the complete W-7 to IRS. It doesn't need to submit your original passport. And the procedures is that the acceptance agency will we will take photocopy of your original passport. So you still need original. It's just that it doesn't need to travel to IRS. This is the IRS website. You notice that you go to irs.gov, you look for ITIN acceptance agents. And when you come here, you put in the postcode or your city, and they will give you the acceptance agency in your area. So if you look community CPA up, and we are one of those, there's a lot of them. So it is not like we're the only one. You can get a lot of people to do that for you. But just make sure, that way you don't have to be worried about losing your passport or something like that, right? Have I seen anybody losing their document? Actually, no. We do have clients and who actually did that themselves, submitted the original. It came back nicely, properly, timely. Of course, you're not gonna just mail it out without registering that mail, right? So make sure you track it to help with it being compliance, even though you are no longer in US, especially if your business continues, your legacy is here in US, and you're in and out, or you're out and couldn't come in, and whatever that happened, right? As long as you don't have Social Security number, you really should have IT number. Facilitate with your estate planning. You know how you made money, you bought property, you got so much going on here in US, but you don't have a Social Security number, you have IT number. That doesn't stop you from setting up trust and giving living wills and planning things and all of these things can be done because you are a resident, you are a tax resident for U.S. Okay, just make sure that you understand the IT number has nothing to do with immigration status. You can apply, renew, even if you're not in U.S. And using ITIN to form new company, to start up trust and things like that, it is all very doable. So with that said, I sort of give you the life to this IT number that you probably never think it is something needed or important. I hope you know someone who doesn't have the ID, doesn't have the IT number, and also don't have social security number, and start to apply for IT, be in compliance with IRS. All right, so this is our website, communitycpa.com, and you notice that we have this On Board with Us button. If you click that button, and you will sign up with us 24/7 whenever you have time through this button, then we will get back to you and get you connected with the right team member to help you out. So we have 6 partners, 2 managers listed on our website. 6 partners, we're all in different area of practice. So Dr. Howe and one of the partner, and he is legal compliance and the immigration side of work. And Dan Kim, another partner, he's in charge of client service of market development. Juan, specialty in payroll accounting, sales tax. Song, he is our attest partner, handles audit. And Derek is our IT network architecture and IT partner. Tiffany is our tax manager. Eileen is our accounting and audit manager. And this is YouTube channel. We always deposit all of our webinars into here. And I hope that you will subscribe to our channel so you always get notified what we have for you next. And also, if you like our video, give a thumb up. Last, no responsibility disclaimer. Of course, all our webinars are for educational purposes, and it is not the tax, legal, accounting advice, because those advice need to give to you customized. We need to know who you are before we can finalize what is the advice. And be sure to review any decision with your CPA, your attorney, your tax advisor, or with community CPA before you put that in action. All right, I'll talk to you again